All right, and we're up now. All right, so
Hello.
welcome everyone to the NGS season 11. Season 11. We're gonna have a Div C West game between Counterpick Stupid and Cool Cats and Kittens. I'm Zloth. I'm a caster, and this is.
I'm Nullius. I'm co-casting, and I'm looking forward to this. We have the rank 3 and rank 4 teams in Div C West right now, so should be a great match.
All right, so we just went through the map pick and ban phase. Null, do you want to go over that briefly?
Sure. So CCS has first pick, and CCS banned Curse Hollow and Brax's Holdout. Cool Cats and Kittens picked Gardens of Terror, and they banned Dragonshire and Alterac Pass. So a lot of big maps have been banned. It's going to be a good showdown. Macro is going to be a big factor on this map too.
Absolutely. This is always a deceptively big map for me. Um, what are we expecting to see out of each of the teams? What are you expecting to see out of Cool Cats and Kittens?
So Cool Cats and Kittens has well-defined roles. It looks like Horvath has always played tank. Libidium has always been on healer. Descalada and Beowulf have been ranged assassins almost all the time, and Crazy for her Renault has been bruiser. So I'm anticipating more of the same. It looks like Cool Cats and Kittens has banned or had banned against them Malthael and Sonya in almost every single one of their matches. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here.
Sweet. On the side of CCS, one moment. Just let them know that we're ready in the chat and all, please. So for CCS, the bans against them, top bans are Hogger, Garrosh, and Chromie. Uh, Probably, maybe we'll see a Hogger ban on this map, considering there are a lot of camps and Hogger can just go wild taking camps. For CCS's lineup tonight, um, they have quite a variety of players that are able to play, but generally the tank is going to be Valk. Bruiser, we're looking at either Thorin or Osprey. For ranged assassin, it could be Keldorn, Madathi, or Silma, and then Wit's End is going to be the healer. They have picked Johanna and Jaina quite a few times, so and they have generally a high win rate with those heroes, so could definitely expect to see them tonight.
That's interesting. So Cool Cats and Kittens has played this map twice before, and they have picked Johanna each time and Brightwing each time and Hanzo each time. So if history has taught us anything, I think those picks will be contested in this game as well.
Gotcha. From what I'm looking at, it doesn't seem like that CCS has actually played Garden of Terror this season. Do you think that they're going to be prepared for this map?
I'm sure. CCS is one of the long-standing teams. I'm sure they have lots of experience. Unfortunately, Heroes Profile bugged on us, and so we don't have the complete season's worth of data. So it could be that CCS played this. I know that last week CCS played Double Mage to great effect. They managed to win a hard-fought 2-1 victory using Double Mage in each of their victories.
All right, so entering into the draft phase, first ban coming out on the side of CCS is Falstad. Falstad having gone through a rework not too long ago and generally considered to be a menace. I think it's due to his lightning rod is pretty strong.
I do not play Falstad, but I heard that his W is broken, and I heard that his auto attack is even tougher, so who knows? He seems like he's strong all around.
Sylvanas ban coming out. That is definitely a target ban. Um,
Interesting. Who plays Sylvanas on Counterpick Stupid?
I'm pretty sure it's Osprey. I think it's, or sorry, I think it's either Osprey or Madathi plays a lot of Sylvanas, but I can't recall who at the moment.
So Vikings is definitely a target ban. Cool Cats and Kittens has played Vikings before, and clearly they're comfortable with that on such a large map. So no surprises. Sonya banned too. She's super powerful right now.
The slam build Sonya, I think, it has been the go-to recently. Chromie pick coming out on the side of CCS. That is one of the top 3 heroes banned against CCS. So it seems that Cool Kittens might be pretty confident that they have something to deal with her.
Interesting. So they got their Brightwing, which they've played twice before on this map, but they're pivoting to Mei instead of Johanna. Interesting.
Have we seen a Mei out of CCK this season?
We have not. We are missing some data, but from the 4 matches that I can see, they have not played it.
Gotcha.
Just like that, we have Osprey on Diva, and Valkymer looks like he's going Taunt Varian.
Oh man, the taunt combos with the Chromie, that's gonna be lots of burst damage coming out. But
Yeah,
at the very least, they do have Brightwing, which can add some spell armor to who's ever getting picked out by the Varian, if it is indeed taunt Varian.
yeah, interesting.
Stukov ban coming out. Stukov overall very strong healer, and we have seen can't counterpick stupid pick Stukov at least once this season.
I think Stukov was a good ban too, because you don't want a taunt variant to taunt into a Stukov silence and a root. That would just be a nightmare.
It's brutal. It's always brutal.
And the
Kael'thas
ban. I wasn't expecting that. Looks like they have played Kael'thas. Cool Cats and Kittens has played Kael'thas once before.
So do you think that's sort of an indication that CCS is going to draft into a more melee-heavy team? They don't want to risk spreading the bombs around?
Yeah, that's a good call. That's probably exactly why they did it. And CCK gets their comfort picks. Beowulf on Hanzo, Lubidium on Brightwing. Horvath is pivoting to Mei, but still has a blind, as opposed to a Johanna. And I know Descolada plays a lot of Gul'dan. So interesting.
Oh my.
CCS going with the double mage again.
Big money double mage.
I think that I like that Jaina pick, frankly, because she has great camp clear, and she makes every taunt a potential death sentence. So it'll be very interesting.
Yeah, it will be interesting. I mean, if CCS can burst down a target, they are going to steamroll fights, because it'll quickly shift from a 5v5 to a 5v4. But if they aren't able to get that initial pick, then like CCK is rocking a ton of sustained damage between the Gul'dan and the Hanzo.
It's a good call. And they have Dahaka to be a nuisance around the map while objective spawns. He can collect experience and soak up.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see the dynamic in this game, considering that there's just 2 different game plans that are going to clash right here. You got a heavy burst comp versus sustained comp. sit
I-
back and sustain.
I just wanted to point out while we saw the screen up, what coordination from Cool Cats and Kittens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in their profiles. That's well done. I was wondering why they were moving around, and it looks like they wanted to be sequential.
That's a strong portrait game. That is
That's
a
a very
very
strong.
strong portrait game. But sorry. So what alts are we expecting to see out of each of these teams? Like, do you think there's going to be anything out of the ordinary between each of the teams in terms of alts?
No, I'm between Maze Blizzard and Chromie's Slowing Sands, it could just be a horrible morass in there around objective. I could see it getting really sticky, and I think that probably favors CCS with their fall from the sky damage.
All right, so starting into the game, let's make sure I change my overlay. So on the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid, we are going to have Valkamer on Varian, Keladorn on Jaina, Osprey on Diva, Thorin on Chromie, and Madathi on Whitemane.
And on Cool Cats and Kittens, we have May being played by Horvath, Lubidium on Brightwing, Descalada on Gul'dan, Beowulf playing Hanzo, and Crazy for Haruno playing Dahaka.
Alright, so we immediately have Dahaka breaking towards top lane, and probably means that Cool Cats Kittens not going to want to take the fight, a super commit fight, but they do have stacks to build between the Gul'dan and the Hanzo.
That's right. I wonder if Dahaka is going to port down once he soaks that wave top, or if he's going to stay there. And based on the rotation, it looks like he's staying there.
So teams at this point are just looking to soak waves. For camping potential for each team, we're going to start seeing camps pop up in about 10 seconds here. Who does camps better?
I think Counterpick Stupid does because of the Jaina.
You can actually see the Jaina and the Whitemane are already on the Bruiser camp.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Gul'dan and May starting their siege camp. And Brightwing's actually working on the bottom siege camp for Cool Cats.
Yeah, Hanzo was there for a second, and then he saw the wave crashing into their wall, so I think he jumped over to get it, and now he's back to help poor Brightwing, who was whittling away at those giants. So there's some action middle. They do land the combo on Valkamer, and they get the kill. First blood goes to Cool Cats and Kittens.
So that's going to be pretty big. That caused a pretty significant XP lead. They're about around half a level ahead at this point.
I think that's right. Ooh. Great port by Lubidium into Dahaka.
Ooh, there's work being done on this Diva up here. They might actually get this pick on the Diva. Her mech got pulled into the towers. And they will pick up Diva kill. Simultaneously, Cool Cat and Kittens is invading CCS's middle siege camp. A lot of bursts going down on the Gul'dan, who is going to fall.
Valkamer with the taunt out of nowhere. The level 4 crept up on the Gul'dan. Get the taunt and the Janus Blizzard.
Hanzo falling as well. A strong response after those early kills from CCK. CCS was quick and strong to respond.
Yeah, that was a nice response. And so now we're tied in kills 2-2, and the experience is actually very, very close as well. Both teams are really good at taking camps, which is really important this map with so many merc camps.
Absolutely. camp discipline is huge. So briefly looking through the talents, do you see any talents that are out of the ordinary, Null? Anything that pops out to you?
I did see that Mei went Crystallize at 4, and I think that was probably a good call given how much damage output CCS can put out with their double mage combo, especially if she's going to be the front line.
Yep, they're going to need the spell armor in order to be able to survive that initial burst coming off the taunt.
That's right. And Chromie went her Q build as opposed to W build. So she's looking to get stacked.
This is good camp timing on the side of CCS. Although it's in the lane closest to the objective, that this camp is going to be pushing while they're fighting over this objective.
Yeah, unfortunately, Dahaka was already top lane, so he's not able to get that macro push value if his team can delay a little bit. But it looks like he's just gonna handle the camp anyways.
Mei going in, Diva Bomb coming out. Mei's got that spell armor for a little while. Diva Bomb's gonna pick up the Brightwing kill. That's huge. Mei does not have a way to get out. She's gonna fall. Gul'dan, will he be able to walk away? How much is CCS gonna pursue this? Does Varian have the taunt? Didn't have the taunt, but they still got the Gul'dan anyway.
You know, that was tough because Dahaka was sitting top lane trying to stop the Giants for most of that objective fight. So CCK was forced to fight 4v5 for much of the fight. I understand the motivation because he didn't want the Giants to get too much value on their towers, but again, I think it's just a product of good timing by CCS to time that camp.
CCS tried to get an early pick on this Dahaka. I think they wanted to secure this next objective, since this next objective will earn them the Garden Terrors, which will allow them to heavily push down lanes. Luckily, Cool Cats and Kittens is actually pretty close in level and is picking up 10 soon, so they will be able to contest this, even though it is on can't counterpick stupid side of the map.
Interestingly enough, Cool Cats and Kittens kind of reversed the situation this time. They got their camps and they forced Diva to soak bottom lest the Giants destroy bottom towers, and so now they're able to get a 5v4 for a little while, but it looks like Diva made it back.
White is breaking out. Diva is drawing a lot of attention while the rest of CCS picks up kill on the Dahaka. Diva does not have a bomb. She's taken a lot of damage. Will she be able to get out? White main keeping up baby Diva. Looks like we have the Ice Wall coming out on the Mei. Doesn't seem like Cool Cats and Kittens has enough health to sustain that. Gul'dan's gonna fall due to the Varian taunt.
Yeah, you know, it's like 3 or 4 times now someone from Cool Cats and Kittens has gotten clipped by the edge of a blizzard, so nice work by Keladorn to place those blizzards in unavoidable spots and get that Jaina damage.
So it looks like CCS is choosing to focus on the top and the bot lane for the push, and sort of just leaving the mid-terror to do its own thing. I think at the very least they're going to pick up a fort from this push.
I think that's right, and Beowulf did go explosive arrows. I think he recognized he needed some camp clear, or wave clear rather, for objectives, so he's getting some value from explosive arrows now.
Looks like Diva just expended her bomb in the top, so she won't have that for a little bit. While we have time, why don't we go through some of the ults? What ults are you seeing on Cool Cats and Kittens that are standing out to you? Null.
So Mei did go Ice Wall. I think with the tight chokes on this map, that's a lot of potential for good value for that from that ult. And Dahaka went Isolation as well, so expect him to port in and create havoc, potentially on a kill target. Hanzo did go Dragon Arrow, so again there's a ranged engage from a player or a positional player that you may not expect from ranged DPS. And Gul'dan went Horrify, so even more CC. Tons of CC, tons of damage. Hop out from CCS.
So on the side of CCS, we're looking at micro missiles from Diva. We got the slowing sands coming out on the Chromie for that zone control. Varian picks Taunt at 4, and then you got the shield wall to prevent some of Burst coming out. Jaina's going the Water Elemental, and Whitemane has the Scarlet Aegis. So it looks like CCS is building sort of to make sure that they can survive in terms of surviving bursts with their ults, Varian and Whitemane specifically. And then coming out of Diva and Chromie, you got some zone control, as well as on Jaina, she's looking at sustained damage with that Water Elemental.
Yeah, I neglected to mention that Brightwing went Blink Heal as opposed to Emerald Wind. Seems like he's favoring extra heals over additional CC. His team already has plenty of CC. One thing I do find interesting right now is that Diva is leading all heroes with hero damage, including the double mage on 2 mages on her team. So Diva doing work.
Diva just gets in there and spreads out a bunch of damage, especially with the micro missiles. Looks like CCS is going to pick up Dahaka kill in the top lane. That will earn them this structure. And mid structure is looking low as well. At some point, all they got to do is go by and give that a little tap.
It's interesting. CCS isn't even trying to have Diva soak in the off lane. They're kind of rotating as 5, and it's worked out very well for them. They've gotten a lot of kills from it.
Yeah, they're definitely heavily leaning into the burst aspect of their comp. Being able to get picks consistently is huge for their comp.
It's interesting facing 2 globals on the other team, 3 if you count Hanzo at 20. They've kind of opted to do the reverse, which is just rotate as 1.
This is not looking good. This is not looking good. Hanzo manages to jump out though. That's huge. Gul'dan.
He's a ninja.
Still has the taunt. Gul'dan receives. Was that a cleanse? I think that was the Brightwing cleanse.
I think so. Yeah. Which was very clutch. Allowed the Gul'dan to get out. Basically, half of the taunt was cleansed off and able to escape.
That was almost really bad for Cool Cats and Kittens, but they did an excellent job recovering.
Yeah.
Taunt going in on the Hanzo. The mages are not there to follow up on the damage. Diva Bomb coming out in order to zone the team, although they already have the objective.
So that's 5 consecutive objectives that they've won.
Taunt coming out on the Hanzo. That's a dead Hanzo.
Yeah, that's tough. There was nothing for him to jump over, and it might have been on cooldown as well.
So I thought CCS was going to commit to push with the 5, but they're actually rotating Diva either for soak or just to respond to the Dahaka, or both. So this is.
So
Go ahead.
I'm looking at the average APM, and leading all heroes currently is Chromie, with an average APM of 250. That's Thorin. Clearly does not play the 2-button Chromie that I do.
It's better than me as well. I think I play a 1-button Chromie. So a fight breaking out. Their Whitemane is stuck in the middle of the team due to Gul'dan's fear. She pops her ult for the 40 armor. Whitemane keeping herself alive. That Scarlet Aegis super strong. No one's gonna die from that.
That's what you get when you try to dive a Whitemane who has someone to lash and auto attack. She just doesn't die. That was an incredible team fight, won by their healer, really.
Yeah, that was. I mean, Scarlet Aegis 40 armor is what kept the Whitemane up there. Cool Cats Kittens was not able to burst through it, and it gave CCS the opportunity to disengage and earn the objective. This is going to be a big push for CCS.
So Osprey giving up that camp, which is going to despawn during the objective. CCS, they're actually delayed channeling objective for just a beat so they could start the top giants, and that's where they're all headed. They're looking to push top hard, apparently.
So the bottom terror is going to be cleared, so is the mid terror. Cleared pretty quickly. But there's going to be a big 5-man push coming on the side of CCS in the top lane. They want this structure. Varian finally finishing his quest. D.Va taking a couple tower shots, but not dealing too much damage. Whitemane doing a good job keeping the team up. Taunt goes out on the Gul'dan. Jaina coming down with the Blizzard, but Gul'dan and Mei are going to walk away. Brightwing healing your team up. Dahaka is looking pretty vulnerable right now. He's going to manage to walk away.
That was nice. I saw that the Ice Wall and the Horrify from Gul'dan went out at the same time, and the fear, the RG random running fear, unfortunately pushed everyone outside of the Ice Wall, and they were able to get away unscathed. Hanzo sniffing out the CCS gank party again.
Yep, that was a really good push check by Hanzo. Looks like the fight's going to break out. Can CCS sustain this? What ults do they have? They don't have many ults. Whitemane is going to go down. She did not have Scarlet's Aegis up. Mei's going to go down. Varian going down. Isolation coming out from Dahaka, but I think it missed. But they're going to pick up the kill on the Chromie and the Jaina anyway.
Oh, it's a 5-man team wipe. It was a very fortuitous Blizzard that clipped the Whitemane. I think right before she could do Aegis, she was frozen into the Blizzard. And that was well played by the Mei, who gave her life, but a 5-for-1 trade. She'll take it any day. And Cool Cats and Kittens is actually ahead in experience now.
That is, I think, exactly what Cool Cat and Kittens needed at this point in the game. They're definitely still in this. It was looking rough up until that point, but that was huge for Cool Cats and Kittens.
Yeah, no, it was a great team fight for them. They were behind in experience and they leapfrogged ahead. And they got a keep wall on top, which is going to be huge for them. You know, they like to have matching catapults if they can, so they don't have to constantly worry about catapults top lane.
Yep, and at this point in the game, teams are looking for a win condition. So CCS has a win condition in this top lane because there's no structure there. They win a fortuitous team fight and they end the game. Cool Cats and Kittens just built their win condition by taking that top fort and keep wall.
Cool Cats and Kittens now invading. They'd like a team fight since they're already 20, and CCS is not yet 20. Looks like they're engaging.
Brightwing
they have the Brightwing invisibility.
Engage on them.
Oh, this time the Fear and this Ice Wall do have synergy. They land both, and it looks like they're going to get that Whitemane again, who was still feared.
That was huge. D.Va Bomb maybe getting the Mei. This is risky on the side of CCS.
This is very risky.
Stagger their timers.
Yes.
It's about a 15-second stagger right there between the Whitemane and the Varian. Only time will tell if it will cost them. Chromie may be going down as well.
Yeah. Chromie is staggered even more. That's tough. I think the only silver lining for CCS at this point is that they can lose another objective without having Garden Terror spawn.
The D.Va, that was a real aggressive play on the side of Cool Cats and Kittens to go into that fort and get the D.Va as well, but there's a huge stagger.
They came roaring back. That's 9 consecutive kills, I believe, from Cool Cats and Kittens, and now they lead in kills 12-10. And they're getting this top. They're getting this top keep.
Could they end the game right here? Do you, if you're Cool Cat and Kittens, do you try to end the game right here?
I just don't think they have much siege damage. I mean, aside from the catapults, I'm not sure. You know, the Hanzo is going to do too much siege damage. I mean, I suppose. I think it's probably the safer and wiser call to pull back and, you know, clear more of the map.
Mm-hmm.
But they've absolutely opened a win condition.
Yep. So if Cool Cats and Kittens gets this next objective, they're gonna have terrors pushing down every lane. The forts in
Another seed.
lanes for CCS are
trust you know
practically
what to
dead,
do,
so it's about
heroes.
even in terms of structures. Cool Cats and Kittens wins this objective, and they might be in a position to end the game.
Oh, is CCS gonna backdoor? What are they doing?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. They're being real cheeky. Do
How
they
much is their?
do they have the
What's their
core race for
Gather the
this?
siege like?
before your enemy dies.
I don't
Cool
know.
Cat's Kitten sees them on the wall that they rotated through and immediately backs. They're going to try to stop them. Big Fear coming out to zone them out. Whitemane actually getting zoned into the mid fort, and she's taking a ton of damage from it. Jaina ice blocking, but she's going to go down. Diva and Whitemane are going to be able to escape. Maybe?
I think that may be game actually.
Time stop, Chromie falling. Varian went down at some point. Did you see how Varian went down?
I did not. Yeah, that's a 4-man team wipe.
Yep, he was
They're
losing
gonna
him
get
back.
this,
Slain.
and I think they can. Dahaka now is gonna get objective, and they're just gonna push directly to core.
Yeah, that was an extremely risky play on the side of CCS.
I do note that Varian did go the spell armor, banner at 16, and he does have Glory of the Alliance. Maybe he was hoping that increased boost would be enough to take it down, and they did take 41% of the core off.
It's spell damage, not spell armor.
I'm sorry, spell damage. And
Whitemane did go down at the end there. Unfortunately, Whitemane alone is not enough to be able to defend this core. He's barely hanging in there. But this is going to be game. Cool Cat and Kittens has plenty of damage and plenty of health bars
terror.
to put into the core.
Yeah, good game. A roaring comeback from Cool Cats and Kittens. And as Valkymer said, it was worth a shot. Certainly an unexpected move, but very entertaining. So thank you, CCS.
Yeah, that was an excellent game that had a
It
lot
really
of
was.
ups and downs.
I think it was, 14 unanswered kills. It was 11-3 in kills in favor of CCS, and it ended 17-11 in favor of Cool Cats and Kittens.
It was a roller coaster of a game.
I-
But those are the
I'm
games I
looking
like
at-
seeing.
That's right. No comeback mechanics. HOTS 2015. 6.5. I'm seeing Twitch chat. They're saying the Hanzo explosive arrow took Varian. And earlier someone mentioned that there is no W build Falstad right now because his level 1 talent is banned in NGS. So
Gotcha. Did not know that.
the
Alright.
more you know.
The more indeed. So we didn't cover some of the talents during the game. Do you want to go over them right now?
Sure. I don't have the. I left the game. Do you have that up?
Yes, I have it up right now. So looking at the 13s, got the big blizzard coming out of Celadorn on Jaina.
I like it. I mean, I think I mentioned he was clipping people with the edge of Blizzard. A bigger Blizzard can only help do that.
Yep, that's fair. Coming out of... Let's see what else. You mentioned the Banner of Doloran on Varian for that additional spell power.
I say Dalaran. You say
Dalaran?
DeLorean. Is that the car from Back to the Future?
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, no, I think that was an interesting call, right? He does have 2 mages on his team. If they chunk the core, and they did chunk the core, I think Cool Cats and Kittens got sniffed out Varian a little early because I think he showed. If he hadn't showed and he had bought an extra, 5 seconds, I don't know. It's getting close then. It's getting awfully close to a core. I mean, that's a lot of damage that they're pumping out.
Yeah, that's true. Huge boon to burst. I thought Brightwing went Critterize at 16, which is the armor reduction. I think that's a bit interesting considering I didn't really see their comp running too much burst.
I think, I don't want to distill it too much, but I think what happened was the May CC and the Golden CC, if it landed correctly, it immobilized the white main or prevented the white main from healing up her entire team. And that's when they started really picking people off. There was the one fight over the Knights where the Blizzard clipped the white main, stunned her, prevented her from casting Scarlet Aegis, and then the entire team folded, or they got a 5-person wipe. I think only the May died. And I noticed during the next engage, the Golden and the Maze had a lot of synergy. White main came running out of the ice wall, still feared, and they got another pick on her, and that's how they got the next 4 kills. So
Yeah,
great,
it was.
great game 1. Do you want to update if you haven't the counter?
Yes, I just did that. Should be updated now.
Got it. So where are we going for game 2, Zloth?
Game 2 looks like we're going to Towers of Doom. And it looks like it was picked by CCS. And let me update that real quick.
So from Cool Cats and Kittens, they have played this map twice that I can see, and they've been successful both times. They have played Vikings once, and they've played Zool once. Aside from that, it looks like they like Cassia. I'm not sure how much you can take from 2 games, but that's all we have. That's all the data we have.
Gotcha. Looking at Can't Counterpick Stupid, I see 1, 2 instances of them playing Towers of Doom. And in the one instance, looks like they were running a similar comp to what we saw the last game.
If you want to talk about a map where anything can happen and comebacks can happen at any time, Towers of the Doom would be the best map for that.
Oh yeah, Towers of Doom gets absolutely wild in terms of some of the comebacks that you see. I have more than once had the enemy team at like 4 shots left, and then just our team has gone on to completely blow it or gotten steamrolled.
I'm sure I've had epic comebacks on this map, but frankly, only the epic throws stay with me. those are the only ones that come to mind.
Yeah, those ones, the throws always feel bad and just stick in your mind. It's like, if we had done this one thing differently, maybe we don't lose the next 20 altars.
Maybe we're not the Atlanta Falcons of HOTS.
Towers of Doom.
Did you get that reference, Lot?
No.
Yeah. Atlanta lost a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl to the Patriots.
Wasn't there.
Okay. All right.
But we're going into the draft. What
Cool Cats bans out Johanna, which I think is a comfort pick for Valk. Valk plays a lot of games on Johanna, and Johanna, frankly, is a very stabilizing tank.
Yep, and we did actually see Johanna the last time CCS was on Towers of Doom, or one of the previous 2 times CCS was on Towers of Doom, they ran Johanna.
Got it.
Who did you say plays Vikings again?
That is a good question. Somebody on Cool Cats and Kittens does. I'm thinking it's Crazy for Haruno, but I might be wrong.
Gotcha. Yeah, the Johanna and Zool are definitely target bans. Both were in a comp that CCS ran on Towers of Doom. So it looks like Cool Cats and Kittens just trying to like nip the CCS strategy in the bud and try to force them into a backup strategy.
Yeah, that double mage was brutal from CCS at the beginning of the last game. Really right up to the very end. They were getting picks nonstop, so I completely support any Chromie ban. I do it in every game I can.
Yeah, Chromie is one of the heroes I do not like facing particularly a lot.
The hunt is
I'd
on.
rather just not see a Chromie.
All right, so that's definitely an Osprey comfort pick. Lunara. Osprey does work on that 4-legged deer.
Yeah, I've been up against Osprey's Lunar before. It's pretty scary. Especially as off lane, I feel like I just get peppered endlessly by Osprey's Lunara.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, if he's offlane, that could be issues for Sonya. It'll be interesting to see if Lunara is their offlane or if they have someone else. So Horvath going with the Mei again, busting out the new hero for this matchup, unless he played him recently and we haven't seen. And Lubidium playing Lucio.
So I think the Lucio pick is pretty interesting because Lucio does very similar things to Brightwing. Lucio doesn't have the polymorph, but he does have sort of the additional speed, which you would see out of the Brightwing Pixie Dust, as well as sort of that shielding that you might get out of the Brightwing Phase Shift.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to go a variant now, but a Lucio high five basically negates a variant taunt, a taunt variant too, so maybe they didn't want any more of that.
Yep, that's potentially the case. So bans coming out. We got Cassia ban on the side of CCS, Li Ming ban on the side of Cool Cats and Kittens. Zul'jin and Gazlo getting picked up on the side of CCS.
Victory for the Forsaken.
Very...
So more Hanzo and Sylvanas.
Yeah. I think that Cool Cats and Kittens could go either the burst or the sustain route for their comp, or maybe they're going for like a little bit more of a mixed type thing. CCS is shifting a lot more towards ranged peppering. We're not seeing the double mage like last game.
That's right. They picked Gazlo, I think, ostensibly as the offlaner, and I don't think he'll be able to double lane. And so it'll be interesting to see the 4-man rotation of CCS. I've seen both of these teams play quite a bit, particularly CCS, and they're very disciplined. I know that they're going to be focusing on the bottom lane in this map. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of rotations they have to get that bottom lane positioning and map control.
Yeah, we definitely saw their discipline last game. We saw the discipline from both teams in terms of consistently taking camps whenever possible and taking them at opportune times as well.
That is right. All right, who do we have this time? Sloth on the left side.
Give me 1 minute. Okay, there we go. We'll change the setting real quick. So, on the side of CCS, we have Valkymer on Garrosh, Thorin on Zul'jin, Madathi on Brightwing, Osprey on Lunara, and Celadorn on Gazlowe.
10 seconds.
And on Cool Cats and Kittens, we have Lubidium on Lucio, Crazy Faruno on Sonya, Horvath 70 on May, Beowulf 04 on Hanzo, and Descolada on Sylvanas. And Sonya is going slam build.
Yep, seems to be increasingly popular. In terms of mid, we're looking at Zul'jin and Hanzo looking for stacks right now. Offlaners have already split into the top lane, so neither team really looking to take this aggressive 5v5, which, you know, you get a kill, it doesn't really net that much experience in the beginning of the game anyway. It's less than
It is Lunara as the offlane, and she is getting some damage in on Sonya.
both peppering each other pretty significantly.
They are.
Looking at Garrosh, trying to cut off that rotation from Lucio, although he scoots on by. Alright, what's the game plan for each of these teams? Like, when do each of these teams power spike?
No clue. No, I think CCS is probably going to power spike a little later. I think the Zul'jin's going to be trying to work getting stacks right now. And frankly, I think Cool Cats and Kittens wants to take early fights. I mean, they're strong now.
So maybe we're thinking like around level 10 power spike from Cool Cats and Kittens, but CCS is going to be weaker, and then maybe like 13 to 16 power spike from CCS.
I think so. I think Lunara damage is going to be a problem if this game goes late. I know that Lucio kind of counters that, but I still think the Lunara has the potential just to start outputting a lot of problematic damage. If you throw in the Zul'jin, it could go south very quickly. So I think CCS wants to be aggressive early. Or excuse me, CCK wants to be aggressive early. There is a cat and mouse game going on. Lunara sees the Sonya. I wonder if Sonya knows she has the red eye above her. She was trying a bush gank there.
Likely. Looking at some of the talents, you see anything that sticks out to you, Null?
The order will rise shortly, heroes. Be ready. You must move quickly.
Nothing appears that out of the norm. It does look like the Mei is going snowball build, and that's probably to deal with the Zul'jin to stop him from getting so many stacks and to mitigate his damage mid and late game.
Looks like we do have Hanzo in the top, actually trying to pick up this camp right now. Looks like Cool Cats and Kittens might be trying to contest the top
Go forth,
left shrine.
claim the altars in my name. The raven
I think they've yielded it to the Lunara. It looks like they did get the... They basically sacrificed 4 shots for the pumpkins. Get some structure damage on top.
Yep, definitely a strategic decision on the side of Cool Cats and Kittens. I think they're trying to get some value out of the Sonya, maybe trying to get her to push and potentially take that top structure. And then once she gets 10, if she picks up the Wrath of the Berserker, she'll start dealing a lot more siege damage.
Yeah, that's a great point. It looks like the 4-man is rotating mid now, so they're not going to make Osprey try to navigate that potential gank bush gank from Sonya anymore.
Looks like
And
they're
they do
trying
find
to go in
Valkymer in rotation. Yeah.
That's gonna be a
So
kill
nice.
for them.
I think double kill. Yeah.
Another kill on the Brightwing.
Nice aggressive positioning by Cool Cats and Kittens. It stops the rotation of the 4-man. They saw CCS middle. They knew they were going to rotate down. And they're able to get 2 kills off that, in addition to the pumpkins. looks like double pumpkins, so they're going to be able to get some pressure bot.
Yeah, it looks like the pendulum is swinging in favor of Cool Cats and Kittens at this point. They have a level lead on CCS right now, as well as a lot of macro pressure.
Yeah, I'm wondering if CCS envisioned Lunara double soaking, or if that was the decision because of the difficulties that Sonya might pose for a Gazlo.
Stun going out on the Hanzo. Looks like CCS trying to focus on the Mei. Mei's tossed back into the team, but she does have her is it Ice Block, I think it's called? Mei diving the Zul'jin with the Lucio and the Hanzo. Zul'jin's gonna go down. Brightwing doesn't have an escape yet either. Falcomer getting slowed. It's 3 kills picked up by Cool Cats and Kittens.
Osprey was soaking mid, and with good reason. I think he just wants to get his team to as quickly to 10 as possible. He is being chased, and looks like he's going down.
That's good.
And CCK moving directly into boss.
CCS is in a really tough position at this point. They've taken some pretty significant losses throughout between these, is it the second and third shrine? First and second shrine. Whichever one.
Are they shrines?
What would you call them?
I don't know. Tower shots.
Well, you get the picture.
Maybe they're shrines.
But mind control coming out on the Gazlo.
The Sylvanas with a mind control, I do not think she expected the Garrosh to be so close. He came out of nowhere, as Garroshes tend to do.
Nope, she tried to escape, but got put into a pretty bad position. And that actually enables CCS to get their ults now. Garrosh with the toss on the Mei. Stun coming, interrupt on the Mei, and stun coming out.
Ooh, big Gravo, unfortunately, for CCS, they're able to get away.
That was a really good chain on that Mei. Like, she tried to slide, but there was a huge interrupt that allowed Gazlo to land a stun. That was really well executed by CCS, even though it didn't result in a kill.
So, Cool Cats and Kittens has done a good job avoiding the Zul'jin or targeting him early. He's only at 8 stacks so far, so...
They're going in on this Mei. They really want her to die. Wall's coming out. Zul'jin pops his Tazdingo. Mei is going to go down. Sonya responds with a kill on the Brightwing and a kill on the Zul'jin, who just came out of the ice wall. Garrosh going
There's
down
that
as well.
slam damage from Sonya, just absolutely devastating.
Let's cover some of the alts.
Sounds good.
No, you want to go over Cool Cats and Kittens?
Sure. We have Sound Barrier from the Lucio. I think that makes a lot of sense in view of the poison damage. We have Wrath of the Berserker, as you anticipated, from Sonya. She's just going to be chunking everybody, including Garrosh, with the slam build, especially once you get 16. Ice Wall again from Mei. And then we have Dragon's Arrow and Mind Control from Hanzo and Sylvanas.
On the side of CCS, there's Leaping Strike on Lunara, Tazdingo on Zul'jin, Decimate on Garrosh instead of Taunt, Gravo Bomb on Gazlo, and Blink Heal on the Brightwing.
You know, I like the Decimate. I think that he's probably picking it for the level 20 upgrade where he can reduce the damage. And I think it's probably in response to the shocking damage output that Sonya and Hanzo and Sylvanas have output already. I wonder if that was something of an audible, because I think Valk usually goes taunt. But in this case, I think that this is kind of a tip of the hat to the damage output that's already been put out by Cool Cats and Kittens.
So Mei interrupted from her slide as Garrosh tossed her in. huge dragon arrow coming out on the side of Cool Cats and Kittens. Mind controls Zueljin, but he's able to use Taz Dingo. Mei in it. I'm not sure she has any escapes as she gets polymorphed, but she is able to retreat to the bottom left structure, which Cool Cats and Kittens took while we were talking about alts.
I know no one died that fight, but that was incredible. That was incredible execution and individual micro from a number of players. You landed a 2 or 3 man Gravo, but everybody was able to get out. Valkymer threw his Zueljin to safety, which was huge because I think that was important for the for CCS not to lose Zueljin there.
Like all the others.
Definitely. Oh, Sonya interrupted while she's trying to channel that shrine. Sonya's going to go down. A lot of burst damage came out on her from as the entire team of CCS rolled up on this shrine.
I think so. I think they're looking to take a 4v5 fight.
Interruption again on the Mei slide, but she's not going to go down with timely Lucio ult. Mudathi
Another
getting
dragon
crossed
arrow. Valk is making some plays here. That's 2 teammates he's saved, and he's been able to keep his team in it in the same talent tier by virtue of not having them die. A Pumpkin did sneak in from bottom lane though, with Cool Cats and Kittens being rewarded for taking bottom fort.
Yep. So going back to some of the talents, we see actually the range. I forgot to mention Unrivaled Strength on Garrosh. I think normally I see the Q on Garrosh. So I think they're just trying to throw people deeper in the team so that they have a better chance of securing a kill. And then we got the blind snowball coming out on Mei for the Zueljin and Lunara. Fight breaking out. Looks like a lot of damage coming out on Valkyrie. Mei, while coming out again, doesn't hit anything but blocks CCS from being able to retreat, allowing Cool Cats and Kittens to pick up 2 kills on the Brightwing and the Gazelle.
And Mei there with under 200 hit points, sneaking away, skating away even, and living. And I think she's going to use Crystallize to get her HP back. Sonya being rewarded for those early investment in pumpkins, and now they have 6 towers, or excuse me, 5 towers, and potential 6 shots during objective.
What?
If they cap,
Did you see that?
that was crazy.
That was practically a blind dragon snipe onto Valkymer. Dang.
Oh my goodness. So that could be game. That's 18. That's 18 shots if they get all 3.
Yeah, they took a 4v5 in that bot lane early to pick up those kills. Cool Cats and Kittens did. I'm not sure that CCS is going to be able to recover. Kill picked up on the Brightwing. Tazdingo finally ending, and Zueljin's going to go down while Hanzo channels.
That's game. Wow.
Oh,
So that was 18 shots in a few seconds. Well executed by Cool Cats and Kittens. Some crazy plays on both sides. But that Hanzo snipe, I was watching it and I didn't even comprehend what happened until you exclaimed.
Cool Cats and Kittens got a lead there, and they held on to it with an iron grip.
They really did. You know, I think the Lunara offlane was tough because it forced Counterpick Stupid to rotate 4-man, and the lineup that Cool Cats and Kittens had did a good job of isolating, especially after they had ultimates. You know, 1 mind control on anybody not named Garrosh, and that was a likely kill.
Yeah, I think that was still a good game. Like there were definitely some close team fights, and we got to see the best of both those teams in team fights, especially ones where like nobody died and both teams walked away.
That was impressive. There was a lot of individual mechanical skill there.
Are you looking to do an interview?
Yes. Let's let me whisper Beowulf and see if he is up for an interview.
All right, while you're doing that, I'm just going to go and look through some of the talents, see if there's anything that sticks out. Talked about the Slam Sonya build, very popular and strong build. I think it's the go-to Sonya build at this point. May Snowball specifically to counter the heavy auto attacks coming out of the Zul'jin and the Lunara. Beowulf picking up the bouncy W Hanzo build once again. I'm not too familiar with this build, other than it hits walls and blows things up.
Apparently.
Mind Control coming out of the Sylvanas. It looks like she did like a hybrid auto attack W build. I don't think I've seen this before. And then I don't know anything about Zul'jin's builds. Other than that, everything else looks pretty standard. Taking a look at some of the stats. Lunara putting out a lot of siege damage and a lot of hero damage, although not necessarily resulting in many kills. And then Sylvanas topping the hero damage for Cool Cats and Kittens, and Sonya topping the siege damage for Cool Cats and Kittens. I can speak English.
Okay. Beowulf is going to head on over. Let's hop over to NGS. Casting lobby 3.
Alrighty, sounds good. And I'm here.
Okay, I am whispering Lubidium and... Oh, he can't get in casting lobbies. My bad.
Let's head to one of the coin toss.
Lobby 2. Or lobby 3, he's already in there.
Got it. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I think Lubidium might be joining as well.
Oh, he can suck it. He's not here yet.
Yeah. Anything you want to say about Lubidium before he joins?
I just wish we had a better healer. Maybe then we wouldn't have lost any matches this season.
Maybe a real element instead of a made up element.
You'd think. Maybe that would be the edge we needed.
Yeah, well, listen, great games, great Hanzo. I thought we were going to see some Ragnaros, but I guess Hanzo is the new flavor.
Yep, I'm out of the solo lane now, so gotta show off the range DPS.
No, DPS Ragnaros.
Oh well, we'll see. We'll see. Can't give away all my secrets.
That's right. Well, great games. The comeback on the first match was epic. You guys were close a couple times, but once you managed to get that white main down, it looked like you were just able to get team kills from the rest of the team. That white main was putting out crazy heals.
Yeah.
But once Horvath landed the Ice Wall or Descalada landed the Horrify, and you guys got her, it seemed like I think you got 14 kills in a row.
I'll take your word for it. I wasn't counting at the time, but that sounds about right. Feels right.
I only say that because you got a 5-man team wipe, a 4-man team wipe, and then another 5-man. I guess May did drop somewhere in the middle there, so 14-1.
Yep, 16s were definitely a big part of us coming online. So they had an early game comp and they played it really well and they took those early team fights. But once we hit our spike, we got it going.
Did you see them at the back door, or did you well, like when did you obviously you saw them, but when did you see them? We were wondering if you saw them riding to the top lane, or if you just reacted so fast that you were able to get back.
No, I didn't see them, so I can't take any credit for whether or not they were spotted early. As much as I was shit talking him, got to give the credit to Libidium there. Called out, hey, they're backdooring, just get out, and we just hearthed in time, and we were able to get it. So, I don't know where they showed, or maybe he's psychic. Either way, it worked out. So, yeah, the call came out, and everyone is really snappy on pulling back for it. So,
Got it. And then in the Towers game, what was your strategy? Were you planning to have Sonya double soak?
Yeah, that's the nice thing about Sonya, right? Right now, she's got real big numbers, so she can do a little bit of everything. She doesn't have the cleanest double soak in the world, but she does what she needs to. And that time, we were really just trying to choke out their solo lane. We knew that they really like to play Zool there, and they've play Sonya. So we just like, hey, let's take away their power picks, and even if we can't, do anything super special with Sonya, we can take it off the table for them, and it worked out pretty well.
Right. No, that was a well played match. You guys definitely got a snowball rolling the second game. 18 in a single round of towers is I think that's pretty much as well as you can do.
Yep, a lot of kills that round. It's I don't know. Some people think towers is super strategic, and it should be, but sometimes you just want to brawl a lot. So
There was a lot of brawling, and we were actually impressed in some of the team fights. No one died. I mean, I think that was well executed on both sides, where you're brawling your brains out, and then no one dies, and both teams just walk away to fight again in a few minutes. So that was fun to watch. That was an amazing snipe on Garrosh right before the last tower phase.
Oh, thank you. I was so excited for that.
I'll bet.
It's like, this is going to look really dumb if it misses, but god dang, if it hits, it's going to be great.
Yeah, that was it's worth it, right? Now it's immortalized in
always
Twitch and going to be uploaded to YouTube, so you'll have it.
Yep. Better see some clips of that on the NGS Discord sometime.
Yeah. Any questions, Lev?
Nope, interviews all you.
Okay. Any shout outs, Beowulf?
Yeah. Gotta shout out the team as always. Really great stuff. Just been a pleasure playing with them this season. Been tons of fun. Shout out to our opponents, Can't Counterpick Stupid, and the entire CCS family. Love playing against all those guys. So always a fun head to head. Even if this time there was a bit more on the line than our usual unranked match. And shout out to our fans. Goodness gracious, I almost forgot the fans. The Cool Cats and Kittens fan club. Harno, anyone else out there watching, cheering us on, thanks for showing up. And last and not least, I got to shout out the casters. Thank you for showing up and talking us up and making us look cool while we're out here playing our video games.
No, it was a pleasure. You have a very strong profile game. I was impressed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had not seen that before, so very nicely done. I do hope, and I don't think I've mentioned this to you before, but I sincerely hoped that everyone on your team did 35 games of Storm League a few seasons ago and got the Tiger King mount, because I'd be so sad if you guys weren't able to all trot out on the Tiger King mounts.
We do have one player missing the tiger, so unfortunately, no. Yeah, there's no synchronized tiger. Yeah, and the issue is we try for synchronized mounts, but half of us play heroes that don't use mounts half the time, and I'm like, oh, here's
right.
Brightwing, can't ride a horse because she's a fairy dragon.
That's right. All right. Well, a goal for another season, perhaps.
Yeah. Well, tell the hot steps, get on that. Horses for everyone.
That's right. All right. Well, great games. Thanks for letting us cast you. And I think that's it from us.
Yeah. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great night.
You too.
You too.
Bye.
All right. And that is going to conclude this series of Can't Counterpick Stupid versus Cool Cats and Kittens. Thank you for tuning in. I've been Sloth as caster, and
I guess I've been Nullius.
And thanks for watching. If you
Yep,
hang
thanks,
around,
everyone.
I'm gonna try to figure out how to raid someone. So if you're gonna hang around, I'll try to do that. Otherwise, thanks for watching.
All right. Good night, everyone.